Good morning and welcome to Monday Morning Cyber Coffee with Sandy. Yes. Wow, that sounded like I was in a great mood. I have a horrible headache today. I'm counting on my coffee to take away my headache. Coffee, is a vasodilator, and I need those vasos to dilate, open up, and make my head feel better. Happy Monday. Whew, good start to a week. That's what I say. Waking up is always a good start to the day. Today is filled with so many things to celebrate. Well, come on, starting with the fact that you got out of bed, assuming you are out of bed. I want to start out with a happy birthday to Teresa Spite. Teresa has been one of the backbones of What Do I Say, What Do I Do on Facebook, commenting and sharing and being there for us. And happy birthday, Teresa. It's so wonderful to have a friend I've never met all the way across the country. Happy birthday to you. I'll drink to that. So many special birthdays today, too. Let's see. There's Mark Twain. Look, everybody likes Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. They took Tom Sawyer's, no, they didn't. No, it wasn't his, was it? The treehouse at Disneyland. Swiss Family Robinson, I believe, is still there, but there was a different treehouse first. Whatever it is, that one's gone. Anyway, every trivia game ever in the history of ever asks, what was Mark Twain's real name? His name was Samuel Clemens. I don't know why I know that. I didn't even have to Google it. But I guess because I've done so many trivia games over the years that Samuel Clemens is just kind of in there. This is also the birthday of Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill. Are you watching The Crown, or have you watched it? Yeah, I guess he was like a little bit difficult, so they say. But maybe to be that powerful, you are difficult because you get things done. I don't know. But I thought it was really interesting that this great leader in our world, Winston Churchill, had such humble beginnings. His mother, though wealthy, was new money and American, not English. And she was out partying when she was pregnant, apparently, and the baby started to come, and there was no time to get her to a hospital. So Winston Churchill was actually born like on a counter in a cloakroom at some big party. Not a very auspicious beginning for such a big deal guy, huh? So those are your two trivia pieces for today. Mark Twain was Samuel Clemens, and Winston Churchill was born on a counter in a cloakroom, half American. Pretty good, huh? Okay, what else? It's Jonathan Swift's birthday. Now, obviously, he's not still around to celebrate. He's the guy who wrote Gulliver's Travels. I think it was a Disney version, but certainly it was a cartoon version that I absolutely loved. And it was, for me, I guess because I'm small, it was kind of like watching Chip and Dale. I love the idea that there were small things and big things, and each one had its very own power. Very different, but powerful. Do you think it's a coincidence that Evel Knievel and George Bush Sr. died on the same day? I mean, they were both kind of daredevils, weren't they? George Bush Sr. jumping out of airplanes on his 90th birthday or something, and Evel Knievel going over cars and buildings and across canyons on a motorcycle. Daredevils. We remember them both today. Oh, quick George Bush Sr. story. When I was in the balloon business, we were hired to decorate for an event that he was doing at a park in Los Angeles. So we got there very early in the morning with our helium tanks and our red, white, and blue balloons, ready to go build arches and splangers and all kinds of fun things for this big event, right? Well, apparently the Secret Service gets there before anyone else does to clear the space. And they were already there when we got there. So they stopped me and my crew in our balloon affair truck. They stopped us before we could get in. And they said they had to check to make sure that there was no poison gas in our tanks. Now, how are you going to check that, right? And I said to them, no problem. I can check it for you. And I took the tank and I opened it up with my mouth over the spigot of the helium tank, took a giant hit of helium, turned it off. And I guess they figured if I was either stupid enough or brave enough to do that, it would be absolutely okay to have that stuff around the president of the United States. It was hilarious. Yes, it was. It was very funny. Oh, and then I started dating one of the Secret Service men right afterwards. That was kind of fun too. Okay, let's see what else. Today is so many special days. Oh, I know. I found a great new site for you. It's called nationaldaycalendar.com. That's it. nationaldaycalendar.com. It not only tells you what all the holidays of the day are, which is what I share with you most days, but it tells you information about those days and how to celebrate them. For instance, today is National Mousse Day. I thought it was like mousse for your hair. No, no, no. This tells you what to make for dinner tonight. It's National Mousse Day. Mousse is French for foam. Usually it's foaming up or adding air to cream or eggs or something like that. But they actually have recipes for different kinds of mousse. Avocado mousse, I gotta say, that sounds really good. Like good for your skin as well for eating. Blue cheese mousse, not sure about that one. Salted caramel mousse. I don't know. I'm thinking you got some good possibilities here. It's also Computer Security Day. If you're not a techno whiz, and I am definitely not a techno whiz, there's a whole list of things to do to protect your computer and to protect your security. It's well worth checking out. nationaldaycalendar.com. It's National Give Space Day. Not space like up there, but space like right around here. I thought it was just all about personal space, and that was, kind of okay, back off, give everybody their space. But it was actually, the holiday was actually developed so that we would learn to respect each other's personal space and our feelings about being touched. Some people love to be touched. It's not an issue. Some people don't like to be touched at all. And most of us have our special things about where we do like to be touched and where we don't like to be touched. Well, and by whom, but that's a different conversation. For instance, I have really thick but very fine hair. It's lovely to touch my hair because it's soft. But I always had a thing about having the top of my head touched. I'm over it now. But my entire childhood, it would freak me out when anyone did that to me and touched the top of my head. So, of course, when my father wanted to drive me crazy, he would pet me like a dog. I hated that so much. My daughter doesn't like anyone to touch her chin. I know people who don't like being tapped. You follow what I'm saying? So today is a day to share what you like and don't like about being touched, about your personal space. It's also Electronic Greetings Day. Yeah, come on. It's Cyber Monday. Isn't that enough? I mean, like, our electronics have kind of taken over. I know my grandson, who is 9, almost 10, as he will tell you, He wants to be on his iPad or his game thing 24/7 given the opportunity. And everybody yells at him and says, okay, enough computer time, enough screen time. But come on, where's he getting that idea? Isn't it us adults who are never far from our phones, right? Who are always checking for messages and playing games. And wow, we're so tied. Could you have an electronic free day? How about just an electronic free hour? I know Tracy, if you're watching, Tracy has no electronics in her bedroom at all. They're not allowed. Not allowed. I bet she gets a more peaceful night's sleep than the rest of us, huh? What else is it? Oh, somebody came up with the coolest holiday. Now, obviously, it's not as cool during a pandemic. Good morning, Lauren. Thanks for being here. But it's still a really cool day. It's stay home because you're well day. How cool is that? So you would call in well instead of calling in sick. Can you imagine if everybody called in well on the same day? The chaos be crazy, wouldn't it? But everybody'd be having a really good time, and we're in quarantine. So my wish for you is that you can call in well instead of calling in sick. It's also National Mason Jar Day. Come on. How cool are mason jars? Not just for storing things or canning things, but for collecting things and saving things and using them for craft projects. Let's hear it for mason jars. I love mason jars. You could share your coolest mason jar craft with me. I would love to have a new idea. I'm working on the best new puzzle. I'll share it with you probably this week because I'm looking at it now. I'm about a third now, about a quarter of the way done with it. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle of the front page of the New York Times from the day I was born. How cool is that for a birthday present? And how tough to find all those. It's all black and white. It's all those little teeny tiny words. I love words. Okay, nationaldaycalendar.com, which is info about what holiday we're celebrating and how to celebrate it. Before I leave you, let me give you a couple of tips for stress-less shopping, because this is the time, and it's especially stressful for those of us who want to stay quarantine safe and don't want to go out shopping. First of all, you'll notice on Facebook, so many people are gratefully giving up the space to small entrepreneurs, to small businesses, to share their businesses so you can shop online and give the small businesses the business that they so desperately need to stay afloat. So my suggestion is do a little shopping with your eyes, not your credit card, first. Number one, set a budget for overall shopping. Set a budget. Number two, create a list of those people that you would like to buy gifts for, and then begin filling in what you would like to give them, making sure that list one, your budget, and list two, your gift list, coincide. And might I suggest that you put yourself on your gift list. Make sure you buy one thing that you really, 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 really want just for you. You know why? Because you're worth it. Budget, list, stick to it, and include you. Just give me coffee and tell me I'm pretty and life is good. Happy Monday, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.